Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door or Door Shutter, coming back to you with episode 48 of All the Mods 9, and we have quite a decent chunk of Insanium Essence, as you can see here. So we got 351. What I'm going to do sooner or later is probably get another 2 Insanium farms with all the lily pads, all the fixings set up, so that way it's kind of like you have the 4 essence per operation in a sense. And I think that should speed it up pretty quickly. But you can see in the last few seconds we've got 2 more in there, and we may get a third here in a second. But yeah, we are doing pretty decently. I don't know how much we really need per. I think it's 4. Cuz it's like creative essence, right? So this is 9. So this one here is 9. Okay. And then this one is 2. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I can do math. 18 in total per one of those. Of course, that is, what is it? 9 and 4, 36 plus 18 times 4. Right? Did I do that right? I think. So it looks like it's 108 creative essence per. And that is used once here. And it looks like it's used in the jetpack, which I don't really care about the jetpack in this case. So we really just needed 1. We've overshot it. That's fantastic. Cool. Another thing, we have a pretty decent chunk of nether stars. We have 10,000 here. We have 2,000 precision mechanisms. This thing is still cruising. And I've actually been doing a little bit of cleanup around the base, mostly with the ores. Let me see if I can find this. All of the Greg Tech ores that we've had kind of just sitting in a chest for a while. I finally got those into drawers, and I kind of sprinkled in some other miscellaneous materials that we've had around the base. So just been working, cleaning some stuff up. Of course, Wednesday, my bad. I wasn't able to get an episode out. I was going to record a late episode, and right as I started, I had a power outage, and I was not going to risk recording an episode for it to be, taken out by a power outage. So it's stormy weather where I live right now. So it's going to be ups and downs for the next little while until the weather decides to calm down. So, all right. One of the things we're getting into today is a matter condenser. The matter condenser isn't going to be too difficult, okay? And we actually can ponder this or press the guide button on here because I want to see what this actually is so I can remember. Okay, so in matter singularity mode, the condenser makes singularities out of whatever you put in it. The mode requires that you put a storage component in the top slot of the condenser. Singularities take 256 items or buckets each, so a 64K ME storage component which provides 5,250 which provides 524,288 bits of capacity is more than enough. Okay, so we just need 64K to get this going. So let's just grab 16 of these. We probably will need more. We'll look at automating this. I still actually have not automated Flux, by the way, or Fluix. Flux or Fluix. I haven't automated either of those. We used to have Fluix automation. I never transferred it over here. And that is okay. We'll work on that probably off camera since I've done it before. I probably will use the create method still. We have an electric motor. Should make this thing pretty nice and pretty fast. So, I mean, we also could just look at that method. Not 100% sure. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to find a spot. Where do we actually want to put this? That is a question. I guess we could put it down in our AE2 area, right? That makes sense. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to pipe in a whole ton of fluid, okay? So we're going to take a sink. We're going to put this down here. And we can basically run several different sides of this sink with ultimate upgrades and just push fluid in. I actually don't know if mechanism pipes would be better for this or if fluid pipes from pipes is better. We actually can quickly check that before we go all hog wild here. Mechanism, ultimate. let's see. So we have mechanical pipes, which transfer at a rate of 128,000 millibuckets per tick. The pump rate's 32,000. So that's the one thing you got to remember. I think the pump rate here is what we're going to need to look at. So this would allow for 10,000 millibuckets per tick. Okay, so we actually can see these would actually be a better option. So these are called mechanical pipes. Okay, let me get these thrown on auto crafting real quick and we'll swap them. Okay, so let's get these swapped out. So all we should need to do is get our configurator from mechanism and do a pull and a push and just do that for all these other sides. So pull, and then we'll just run all the cables here real quick because basically we just need to make sure they don't all just link together. So just like so, clear that side. Don't shift click because I think I got that in wrench mode. Okay, and I'll just do this for all the sides. Besides the top, because the top is kind of a little bit more difficult, unless I got entangled blocks, which I'm not going to incorporate into this time. Okay, now that that's complete, all we need to do is toss one of these in here, and this should start filling up pretty rapidly. I'm kind of wondering if I can speed this up more, because I think each side is basically pulling from this block. I don't think anything will change that. So, wondering why it's piping so slow. So here's the question: if we were to just grab a fluid pipe, for example, say on this side here, because I don't think it would be faster because of the numbers that have been shown, but I'm just curious. So as of right now, we've got pretty slow gain. Okay, so I mean it's going about 1,000 per second ish. But yeah, that didn't look like it was going to be any increase. Okay. So I think these should be the best option. I think. Let me try one more thing. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I found the superior method. 9 of these fluid cards. But this does look like it's lagging a little bit with how much this is actually going. So I've got 9 fluid cards on each direction, so up and down, and this is going at 1 per tick. But this is like flat moving, but you can see that I'm visually lagging. Like it's a little rough, but that's because this is like straight up just like the most fluid that I've ever moved, but it is working. And I'm kind of wondering if I were to lower this down to say 5 ticks. Oh, I guess I didn't even speed all these up. So 5 ticks, and then that should be good. So you can see that there's a little pause in between the laser points right there, but that is looking fantastic. Okay. Perfect. And I accidentally made some matter balls, by the way. But for the most part, that is complete. Best option, laser IO. Might be a little bit much if you do it on the 1 tick, but 5 ticks looks like it's a little stable. It definitely is not as fast, but I'm okay with that. Alright, and that does prevent us having a whole bunch of pipes and stuff around this, so that's also pretty good. So what I want to do now is grab an item pipe, advanced item pipe, and whenever a singularity comes out of this, I want to pipe that into an ender chest, which is, of course, the color white. And just like this, that, and this. We now have the ability to do that. And, of course, we'll just need to go get a drawer, which, of course, that's with a lot of the stuff we're doing. These are going to go directly into the system. There's nothing fancy about it. Alrighty, so I just automated Dragon's Breath. How did I do this? Well, I just killed a metric ton of... Oh, where in the world are they? Metric ton of Ender Dragons to get Ender Dragon predictions. they are all back here. It is all running. It is all fantastic. Yeah, it took quite a while to get this many Ender Dragons killed, but I did it. I did it off camera. We've done this stuff before with the Wither, and of course, we've got all of the zombie stuff and Iron Golems and all that fun stuff. But this is running. This is getting us the Dragon's Breath, so we have that automated, which is fantastic. I spent quite a while doing this. There was a lot of Ender Dragons, and I never want to do it again. But this is going to be useful for a few things. Of course, Dragon Steel, we can kind of start pushing towards that now, which is going to be awesome. And I'm pretty sure there's a few other things we're going to need this for, but I can't really remember. Let's see. Let's just make sure here. Because I know there's the Infused Dragon's Breath, which is like end shelves. And we'll need to get into Apotheosis for the All the Mods 9 star. I did look at that. I've been spending a lot more time looking into what is necessary for the All the Mods 9 star and kind of understanding where we need to go. Because, you know, of course, earlier this episode, we did the Singularities. It looks like we're going to have to get, you know, of course, Dragon Steel, which is something we're kind of working towards. We've also, looks like we're going to need to just get a ton of Withers, which, I mean, Wither Builder. I think we already have the ability to get to a Wither Builder, just because we need the Supreme Machine Frames. Actually, no, we don't. We need Ether Gas, so maybe we'll set that up soon. I'm kind of out of my depth here, right? Because I've never done kind of an end game thing, and I'm trying my hardest to stick with it. Of course, it's taking quite a lot, but I think we are kind of getting to that point where we're getting close to getting to this. So actually, hold on. Let's look at something. So creative essence. Kind of seeing if we could actually get to this real fast. And I think what we'll do for all the Mods 9 star stuff is we'll actually just auto-craft it. So this is Master Infusion Crystal. That should be good. Recipe for Insanium Block. And use. Recipe. We need more patterns. I'm pretty sure I have more patterns in here. Yep, perfect. So there's that. And then this. And then this. Fantastic. Okay. So that should be Creative Essence automated. I just want to make sure that we've got that auto crafting. We'll do a lot of auto crafting. I think all the mods shards, like this stuff, like the whole bee system and everything, I am going to avoid this. I'm going to try and just auto craft everything we need rather than doing bees, because I think bees are just kind of lame in my opinion. So we'll kind of let that go, and we'll try and get full automation of everything, so we can actually craft them on demand without needing all of the crazy shenanigans. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. So Creative Essence, we should be able to craft up one. This may take a minute here. Let's see what it's doing. So it's crafting up the Insanium Gemstones, and it's done. Okay, and that should be this complete, which gives us quest rewards. Ultimate Universal Cables, nothing too fancy, but that's okay. And it looks like we have completed Mystical Agriculture stuff. Creative Essence. What is this? Magical Soil. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, so there's that. I guess we could technically get this one done if we wanted to. And then 55 of those. This shouldn't take any time at all. There we go. Mechanical arm. And then crafters. Just 55. So it's going to craft up 57. Perfect. So there's that one complete. And actually, I think we're going to technically need two of these, right? Because you need one for the Patrick star, but you also need one for the All the Mods 9 star. And I don't want to use the same one. So let's actually just grab another... What do we got? So there's 2. So all we would need is 53. So we'll get 54 at the end. Okay. But that should wrap that up, where we'll have enough for that. I don't 100% know what this sword is. I think it's just an All the Modium sword, which we could probably use in the future. But for right now, we're going to ignore it. Okay. So there's all of our mechanical crafters. Our mechanical arm is in there. I think with that, we may want to start looking at this in the next episode, which is just getting dyes automated. I mean, there's probably a handful of ways we could go about doing dyes. Of course, there's the dye essence. We could look at getting, green we've kind of automated, right? Because we've got the cactus farm. I'm not really too concerned. We just throw the cactus inside of a furnace, and we have a ton of cactus, I believe, right? Cactus, 200,000. Yeah, I think we're fine on cactus, but we'll need a handful of other dyes. Let's see. So you've got pink, magenta, pink, which is the powdered version. That's going to be the other thing. Is some of these we're going to have to throw into like a fluid encapsulator, but other ones we aren't. So let's go and see if we can get magenta, pink, which I think we can just click on this. So pink and green. So green, lime, and that looks like that's it. Pink, magenta, magenta, green. So it looks like we got 4 dyes. So we've got green taken care of. Lime dye is going to be white dye and that. White dye, I think we have enough bones for this. 274,000 bones. Yeah, we should be fine there. We'll probably make a bone meal recipe for... What is our bone meal recipe as of current? Is it just throw it in the crafting grid? So that's what it may be. Let's not do that. Let's actually do a mechanical squeezer. If I can find the recipe. Or a pulverizer. I think I have a pulverizer recipe. Because I thought I made a pulverizer between this episode and last. But I'm not sure. Let's keep scrolling. Yeah, right here. So this is 4 bone meal for 1 bone. I don't think there's a better recipe, but I may be missing it. There's a crush glyph, which gives us a higher chance of stuff. Crushing gives us a 25% chance for more. Milling gives us 3, but also has a 25% chance of more. Smelting it, sag mill gives us 6. So that actually may be a better option. We may want to get into the sag mill. Okay. But with this, we're going to actually wrap this up here. We're going to make some plans, right? I think next episode may be a lot more focused on planning our path forward, because honestly, as I've said, I've never done this, never really completed a pack properly like this, but the All the Mods 9-star is kind of my end game. Of course, there's the Greg star and all that stuff, but in my opinion, I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to go for the more reasonable option, and then that'll be fun. But I know we still got immersive engineering, we've got occultism, there's a handful of other mods, I believe. Cataclysm mod, I think we have to get through. There's, of course, stuff like this, which is Ad Astra, which I don't know if that's optional or not, because every single one of these requires just a little bit of something. So yeah, you need a jet suit, which requires Ad Astra progression. Looks like we may need power in some capacity here with a player transmitter. We've kind of already got that stuff. I think the only thing is the player card. Or no, not the player card, player pearl in this case. So some odds and ends we need to go through and just kind of find some specific items, so we may focus purely on those. I know blood magic is one of those that we're going to have to get into, which is demon dungeons and all of that fun stuff. So there's tons and tons of stuff ahead, and I think we've got a clear path. We're going to get the Patrick Star next episode, and then we'll go and start kind of diving off into occultism and blood magic and all of those other mods. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.